This title would like to mean that we would like to show the world through the eyes of our people, through the eyes of Roma, and we would like to show films from a different point of view that normally they make on Roma communities. And we did now 24 parts around the world. And this is a lot of work. I'm working here as an editor-in-chief and as a director. And what I'm doing also is partly fundraising. And it's like a matching fund, that the state television gives a half part and I have to give the other half. The films are not just covering human rights problems that are problematic for us, you know, like poverty or discrimination, but also showing the real essence of our culture, our language, our traditions, and for example, how we understand, for example, like a wedding or a funeral.
A szertartás legfontosabb része, mely minden hindu esküvőben megegyezik, a 7 lépés, vagyis szaptapádi, amely során a férj 7 fogadalmat tesz feleségének, miközben minden lépését kezével segíti.
The situation of Roma media Europe is very bad. We have a very unique position because our project is successful and it continuously giving success for the team. There are Roma in the team. The cameraman is also a Roma guy who sees our communities and our people with the different eyes. But it was always very important to keep at least 50% of the team to remain Roma. A lot of people watching Mundi Romani, it's almost 1 million people watching it every time. It affects the Hungarian population because they are getting some of them getting a bit more open to the problems of Roma. As soon as you consider yourself not just a journalist, not just a filmmaker, but also as an activist, you have to take a position. So I receive a lot of negative also because I'm openly saying the situation in Hungary.
There are right-wing organizations which use the lack of control of the state over the situation to make their own law, so to say. And the Roma are not protected, and the Roma have a very hard time protecting themselves because the poverty is so deep. The uneducation is so pervasive that there have been no Roma organizations here who are trusted by the Roma and who can take the situation in their hand and organize themselves like we saw. We went to shoot in the Czech Republic, and there the Roma are able to organize their own defense. Here they are not.
They sent a letter to my director to the TV channel saying that I'm against the Hungarian nation. I'm an enemy, like this. So it's very hard to be a Roma journalist. If there are so many people telling to you, but all Roma are criminals, so what are you doing here? I mean, who are you? All Roma are criminals. You are just one. All Roma are criminals. I face this every day, you know. And I tell them, but look, try to think it over. If all Roma kids would have the same opportunity I had as a kid, I think they would all go to university. What would you say to this? So you have to always find ways to confront these people, to give them answers.
Overall, in general, I can say that I found similar situations everywhere we went, although I found that Western Europe might be worse for Roma. And it's rarely said, but Western Europeans have absolutely no knowledge of who the Roma are. That the Roma in Eastern Europe are have homes, you know, houses, neighborhoods, that in the 80s they were doing well, for example, in Kosovo. Sometimes I feel it's not working. So we made the spot about Roma women. It's 3 minutes, very short, very direct. I feel with this that maybe we touched on something that might be more to the point.
My mother was the first from her village who got to university. Today, there are 42 members of my family who got university degrees. My name is Katalin, I'm Hungarian, and I'm a Roma woman.
So it's a big decision to break the rules of our communities, because we are women and we're not supposed to go to public places, to be journalists, you know, to react with gadget like you have to do in your work. You're not supposed to do. So, but I try to teach also Roma that you can do it in a very elegant and professional way, that you don't have to break the rules of your culture, you remain the same, but you work, yes? So they have to also understand what you are doing.